Hello, today is the day to slow it down and start to prepare our bodies for labor. Some ways we'll try to do that are to hold poses for about the average length of a contraction and to open our hips in new ways. I really recommend using audible out breaths whenever you like, because it's pretty amazing to see what a good loud exhale can do to open up your pelvis. And try to take notice of what happens while we're at that. And are you ready? Okay, so we've arrived at week 23. Let's sit up on a block and cross your legs in front of you. Hands come to your thighs. Close your mouth and let's focus on breathing out today. So feel how your stomach cradles your baby when you breathe out. Your tummy draws in, but it's drawing up too to support baby and strengthen for labor. Next breath out, slightly lean to the right, feeling a little stretch in your left side. Maybe turn your right ear down a bit. Keep your chest lifted and your shoulders relaxed, especially your right shoulder. Come back to center. And then breathe out, lean to the left, stretching the right side. Still having space between your ribs on the left side. Maybe tilting your head a bit. Even though you're breathing out of your nose, you're not feeling any air come out of your nose because your stomach is doing all the work of your breathing. Come back up and look up. Chest up, shrug your shoulders up and around and back a couple times. Now inhale and sweep your hands up above your shoulders and then breathe out to turn your chest to the right, placing your hands down on your legs somewhere. Belly faces forward, a little twist, not using your arms to push you at all. Then turn to center and breathe your arms up. And then breathe out, twisting to the left, relaxing your shoulders down, warming up your spine. So nice to open your chest and feel your belly expand and draw in. Come back to center. And then extend your legs out in a V, lifting your kneecaps towards your thighs. Maybe flexing your toes back. Sit up nice and tall, and then breathe out to slide your right hand down your leg and lift your left arm up. Relaxing your right shoulder away from your ear, so light in your right hand and lifting, extending out on your right side. Good. Come back to center. Take a big breath in and exhale. Left arm massages down your leg as right arm lifts. Chest opens to the sky. Breathing, sitting evenly in your hips. Good, and come back to center and lift your chest. Arch your upper back, chin up. And then breathe out and come forward with a straight spine, keeping your tailbone shifting back so your baby comes towards the mat any amount. Come to where it's just a light stretch and then tuck your chin in and let your head fall heavy. Not too much pressure in your hands so your shoulders relax down. Breathe out and feel your low belly draw in and up, and then relax your stomach as you breathe in. Relax into it and then slowly stack your spine, letting your head come up last. At the same time, bending your knees and sliding your feet flat in on the mat. So keep your feet really wide and knees should be right over your ankles. Toes are pointing out and knees track in the same direction. As we inhale, sweep our arms up and press into your feet to come up slowly into a wide-legged squat. Good, staying here and awakening your strong quad and glute muscles. Arms can come halfway down, directly out to the sides. Tilt your pelvis back a little bit and then breathe out and feel your belly draw in. Let your hands swing down in front of you. Stay here in your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and then breathe out and arms swing out to the sides and down in front. One more time like that. Inhale, arms come up a little bit, and then breathe out to come down even further. Hands come to your hips. Breathe in to stand up and wiggle your feet so your toes point forward. Take a big breath in here and chest up, and then exhale. Come forward with a flat back, stay halfway up, really reaching the top of your head forward. Lift your tailbone and then breathe out to lift your low belly up to minimize the arch in your low back. Shift the weight into your front of your feet a bit more. And finally, coming down, folding over yourself, bending your knees as much as you want. Arms are hanging down. And then draw your shoulder blades up your back and come up with a flat back to stand. Hands go flat on your hips, on the sides, and then breathe out to slide your right hand down your IT band and lift your left arm up, reaching, stretching, opening your chest, looking up. Inhale, back to center. Slight bend in your knees as you breathe out and slide the left hand down your leg any amount, lifting your right arm up. Shoulder is back behind your head. Relax your left shoulder without collapsing on that side. Good, and then inhale, back up. Hands back on your hips. And swivel on your feet to face the top of your mat. Make sure your stance is wide and hips are pointing forward. Reach your right hand down the back of your thigh and reach your left arm up. Place palm facing back, slightly reaching back as you sink deeper. Breathing here. Inhale, right arm up, wrists right over shoulders, straight arms. Relax your shoulders. Breathe out and tap your back knee down on the mat and lift right back up into crescent pose. Stay steady here. Try clasping your hands together, point your fingers up, and maybe look up. Good. Release your grasp. Look in front of your left foot on the ground. Keep your hips on this plane, right where they are. Breathe out and step up for a wide stance chair pose. Arms reaching forward, tailbone reaches back, but the belly lifts to let the low back lift. Sit low, hips back. And then take your right arm under your left and cross them in front of you. Relax your shoulders down, elbows go down. And then breathe out and lift your elbows a bit more. And one more lift. With your elbows, exhale and lift a bit higher. Stretching out your shoulders and upper back. Breathe out, sit lower, and then release your arms open, slowly standing up. Wiggle your legs out a bit and then come to mountain pose. Feeling the weight in the balls of your feet, leaning forward a bit, and then shift back and feel the weight in your heels. Now find you in your baby's center position. Hands come to your hips again and circle out your hips, bending your knees, feeling your weight shift all around your feet now. Massaging out your hip joints. And then go the other way with your hip circles. Getting into the nooks and crannies. Our hips are widening and we're allowing room for the baby. And come back to even pressure in the front and back of your feet, palms facing out, in mountain pose. Inhale, arms sweep up and reach up, and exhale, folding over your legs, relax your neck. Inhale, come halfway up, hands on your shins. Exhale, fold in. Place your hands down and step back to plank pose. Hold here, pressing up in between your shoulders, lifting your low back by using your stomach muscles. Breathe out and really slow, bend your knees to sit them down. Bend your elbows slightly, look forward, chin comes down and forward, tailbone stays high, straighten out your arms a bit, relax your shoulders down, And then the big breath out through your mouth to down dog. Bend your knees deep to almost touch your mat, and then straighten out your legs any amount. Twice more like that, bending in and breathing out. And then back up, pressing into all 10 fingers. Head stays heavy, breathing. And now keeping your legs straight, bend your elbows any amount, and then straighten. Breathe out to bend and push back up. Come on, one more. A great push up here in down dog. Good. Now feel steady and inhale, right leg up and bend that knee. Open up your hip, keeping equal pressure in your hands. Then breathe out to bring your knee to your nose. And keep it here. Keep your knee right underneath your nose. Lift your heel to your bum. Shoulders are right over your wrists. And now place your right ankle out to the left. Keeping your hips even. Bend or straighten that leg any amount. So arms are straight, pressing into your hands. And if you want, bend your elbows a bit more to get more IT band stretch. Now gracefully pick up your right foot and place it in between your hands. Good, and then lift your left arm. Back knee can be up or down. Breathe out and let it go. Maybe press your knee against your arm for a resistant stretch. Reach with your fingertips. And then maybe place your hand behind your back. If you want to open up your shoulder a little bit more, maybe holding your right thigh, but opening your chest towards the sky. Look up for a stretch, but if it's uncomfortable on your neck, look down at your right hand. Breathe out and release a bit more. And then inhale your arm back up above your other arm and place it down on the mat. Come up to your fingertips and tuck your back toes under and lift your hips. Come up to a high lunge and then place your back foot down. So square off your hips, come to center, and then face out to the side. So swivel your left toes out, setting your knees up right over your ankles in your squat. Breathe here. Tilt your pelvic bone back, then draw your belly in and come up to stand, hands flat on your hips. Right hand slides down your IT band, left arm reaching up, open up your chest, left fingers reaching a little higher. Breathe in and back up to center, and hands come back up on your hips. And then swivel your feet to face the top of your mat. Make sure your stance is wide. Hips are pointing forward. Reach your left arm down the back of your thigh and right arm goes up and back, slightly reaching up more as you sink deeper. Breathe out here. And then inhale, both arms up, squaring off your shoulders and even hips. Breathe out and tap your back knee down on the mat and lift it right back up into your high lunge. Steady here. Bring your hands together, pointer fingers up, and maybe look up. Yeah, and then release your grasp. Look at one point in front of you on the ground. Keep your hips low. Breathe out and step up for your chair pose. Press your hips back, even with your belly expanding. As you breathe in, you can still see your toes if you look down. Take your left arm under your right and press your palms together if you can. Elbows start out really low and sit low. Then breathe out and lift your elbows a bit more. Good, and so one more lift. Exhale them a bit higher. Feel good in your shoulders and your upper back. Breathe out. One more time. Sit deep and then release and sweep your arms open, coming up to stand. Shake out your legs a bit and then come to mountain pose, gaining equal weight distribution through your feet. Hands come to your baby this time and do a couple hip circles, massaging the ball and socket joint. Feel steady and feel good, and then do a couple more in the other direction. Close your eyes if it helps you feel more. And then come back to center, feeling how balanced you are, even with your growing belly. All right, now vinyasa. Inhale, arms come forward and up. Look up and then breathe out to fold over your legs, head heavy. Inhale, come halfway up, straight spine reaching. Exhale, fold in. Place your hands on the mat and step back to plank pose. Hold here just for a second, feeling your strength lifting from the back of your thighs, lifting your low back. Breathe out to slowly bend your knees to set them down. Bend your elbows slightly, chin, chest, belly forward into your modified up dog. Press into your hands, lift your tailbone up, and release out through your mouth to down dog. Now bend into one leg and straighten the other. Feel the side legs stretch. And then switch sides, making it feel really good. Stay level in your shoulders. And now keeping your legs straight, 3 little push-ups in your down dog on your own. Keeping your elbows pointing straight back, using your body weight to gain strength here. Breathe out as you go down and inhale to straighten. Good. Okay. Inhale, left leg up and bend that knee. Open up your hip, keeping equal pressure in your hands. And then now exhale and bring your knee to your nose. Keep it here. Lift your heel to your bum, shifting your shoulders forward. And then left ankle goes out to the right. Press through your hands so your shoulders go down your back. Bend or straighten your left leg any amount. Stay here or bend your elbows to get into a bit more of your IT band stretch. And then gracefully pick up your pick your foot back up and place it in between your hands. Lift your right arm, back knee goes up or down. And then see how much your belly can move in and out in this opener. Try resisting yourself by pressing your knee into your arm. Reach a bit higher and then sweep your arm behind your back for a good shoulder stretch and to help you open up even further. So look up for a stretch or look down at your left finger spread wide on the mat. Breathe out and open a bit more. Inhale your arm back up and then place it down on the mat. From here, let's crawl to the side of your mat, leaving your feet wide. Toes go forward, face forward, fingertips down, and straighten your legs any amount. Spine straight out, letting your belly be just a hammock hanging. Breathe here, extend your head forward, lift your tailbone. Now place your block at its highest level underneath your hands. Without moving your hips, inhale right arm up to the sky, twisting from your chest, letting your baby swing in its hammock. Good. Breathing, stretching that right arm out. And then release your right arm to the ground or the block and lift your left arm, opening up on this side. Left hip draws down to be level with your right. Reach your fingertips out and then set your fingertips back down on the block or mat. Breathe in and come all the way up with your strong legs flat back, hands go on your hips. Now point your toes out to the sides again, knees going in the same direction. Say a big ah as you come down into a squat, hips level with your knees, hands slide gently out on your thighs. Stay here and breathe. Lift your right arm up, and then another big ah as you stretch over to the left. Breathe in and out here. Come back to center and lift your left arm, this time with a big hee, leaning open to the right. Strong legs. And relax your arms down, relax your shoulders down, back at center. This time, right hand comes down towards your ankle, palm open, left arm reaches up, maybe look up. Sit low. Come back up and breathe out through your nose. Left palm reaches towards the ground, right arm reaching up, extending out through each hand. Legs stay low. And then come back to center. Inhale, everything up, arms up, legs straighten, coming out of your strong squat pose. Very nice. So turn your toes to point forward, equal pressure in your feet. Bend your knees a bit. Clasp your hands behind your back, chest up as shoulders go down. Maybe press your palms together. Chin up slightly. Take in a lot of air, and then release it slowly through your nose as you come forward, leading with your head, dropping it down towards the ground, stretching your arms gently overhead. Now shift your weight to the front of your feet to lift your tailbone even higher. Lovely. Realize that we were in our squat pose sequence for just over a minute, which is an average length of a contraction or rush during labor. We're preparing our bodies and learning through breath. Take a big breath in here and let it go out your mouth any way you'd like. Release your hands down and turn your toes back out. And as slow as you can go, as you lift your head, neck, chest, and flat back, sit your hips back and sink down. Coming into one last wide-legged squat with your palms together in front of you. Hips as low as your knees. Then breathe in and press palms together and raise them up, standing up a bit, and then breathe out and bring everything back down. 2 more times, coming up slightly, pressing into your feet, and then come back down. This might feel a little easier coming down into your low squat, lifting your pelvic floor, lifting your baby, now that we have strengthened and lengthened our muscles and lungs. Finish up your last one and come all the way up to stand and walk to the front of your mat. Come on down to sitting with your feet flat out in front of you. Place your hands flat behind you, fingers pointing forward, spreading your fingers. Lengthen your low spine by lifting your chest. Lean back slightly until you feel your core turn on. Lighten your hands and relax your shoulders down. Feet are wider than your hips. Breathe in and lift your right foot up to where your ankle is same level as your knee. Now start to circle your bent leg around, loosening your hip joint again. Moving in any way it feels good. The hip flexor and core is working, but try to relax and soften your outer hip. Reverse your circles to see what that feels like. Little or large circles. And then place your foot down and reset yourself up with your long spine, chest up. Lifting your left leg. And same thing, rolling out your hip, keeping your heel up, trying to relax your quad muscles. Relax your calf muscles, relax your foot, even though you're working, and then reverse directions, working it out, and feeling good. Lift your chest one more time, and then set your foot down. All right, now it's time to grab your pillow or your blanket or bolster and sit up on it. Once you're here, sit up tall, breathing easy. Bring both feet together in front of you, knees open out to the sides. If this stretches, place a block under each knee to lift and rest your knees. Sit up tall again. And breathe out. Come forward, bending into your forward stretch, letting your belly go. Everything here is soft and shoulders are down away from your ears. Chin tucks in and gravity takes over to let you release in every breath a little bit more. Think how restful this pose can be when you let yourself be grounded. When you think about how you breathe through challenging poses in standing, and then how you can surrender to relaxation even more when you're down here on the ground. Remember how strong you are, and that strength can come from moments like these where you can recharge. Feel how your baby is cradled in the softness of your tummy, feeling all your energy and all your relaxation. And that's a reason to smile.